Hey guys, Dan here from Real People Real Estate, and today we're doing a very different video. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, thanks Dan for having me. My name's Caitlin and I'm a volunteer with Sahara, formerly SA Dog Rescue. And this over here, this is Costa. Say hey Costa. Costa is available for adoption. He's 8 years old and he's a mixed breed. He looks a bit like Pumbaa off The Lion King. He's definitely one of the coolest guys I've ever met in my life. And yeah, so I'm just here to talk to Dan today about what we do and why it's so important for, in a scenario like this, for our community to all band together.
No, which I think is a really good point. So what is the difference? What's the Sahara difference, I guess you could say?
Sahara is completely not-for-profit. We're totally run by volunteers and we don't get any donations from the government. We run solely on donations that come from our community. I suppose, one of the no-kill rescues in South Australia, and that's probably our biggest difference, is that no matter how long it takes for an animal to find a home, we believe that every animal has the perfect home out there. And yeah, we strive to find them that home no matter how long it takes.
Which personally, I mean, that's honestly one of the reasons why I wanted to get you guys on here and to do this, is because that's something that I personally value quite highly. I've got 3 rescues myself, 2 dogs and a cat. One of the cat and one of the dogs don't get along that great, but you know, I guess you could say it's like cats and dogs. But no, it's something that I really do find you know, quite important, and I really value what you guys do as volunteers, and I honestly think it's fantastic. One question I had is, what kind of animals do you help? Because I've seen a few different animals on Facebook, which I guess might have something to do with the name change.
Yeah, so Sahara originally started in 2001 as just rescuing dogs, and over the time, Carol Morris, who founded our rescue, she started rescuing other animals, and it just turned into having so many other animals that we wanted to make sure the community knew that they could adopt pretty much any animal through us. We have a camel, we have goats, we have horses, we have chickens, we have rabbits, we have cats, we have dogs, we've got guinea pigs, pretty much any animal that you can think of. Sahara has rescued it at some stage. So yeah, that was pretty much the name change.
Fair enough. I honestly didn't expect a camel to be in that list.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. He's obviously not down in the suburbs, but yeah, he's on the property out in the south.
So what you're saying is I can't own a camel in my backyard?
I'm pretty sure that there'd be permits with the council of some sort to probably restrict having a camel in a unit, but you know, you can always try.
That's disappointing. So how did you get involved?
So I am actually an athlete. I'm a cyclist on the Australian cycling team, and one of my core values and one of the values of the Australian cycling team is just being really grateful for what we are a part of and the opportunities that we get to have as people that get to represent our country. And one thing that I've always been passionate about, and since I was 5 years old has always wanted to do, is work with animals. And this is just something that I totally adore, giving a voice to animals in need. And I'm just so proud to, you know, be able to ride for Australia and, you know, represent my country, and then also be able to give a bit of a platform to be able to do stuff like this, where, you know, you get to say like, hey, look at this really cool thing that I do. And, you know, it's just so rewarding to be able to find an animal at home, especially one like Costa that's been waiting a really long time for his forever home. and to just be able to put effort into finding a family that loves him as much as you love him.
Yeah, I honestly think it's so amazing what you and the other volunteers do. You know, it really is credit to you and credit to everybody else there, because like you said earlier, it is all volunteer based. You don't get paid for it. Hi, Costa. You don't get paid for it. How do you balance everything?
It's certainly a challenge. Sorry about the video. He is quite strong, this little man. Yes, he's like, you stop talking, give me cuddles. It is quite challenging, especially with balancing my training. And one of the things that I certainly have to be careful of is that, like, everything in my everything in my life is dependent on how well my body's working. So recovery is super important as well. But there's lots of things that I can do that are helpful that don't take a lot of physical work and take out of that recovery. And you know, I'm pretty proud to be able to make some, I guess, out of the box thinking of what you can do. Like, obviously you can go and walk the dogs, but a lot of the dogs are quite strong. And if I'm trying to, you know, keep myself a bit lay low because it's a recovery day, it's not very optimal. So, you know, there's lots of stuff where you can volunteer, be part of the Facebook, be part of the emails, help coordinate different things, work on events, which is something that I do a lot of. And, you know, like balancing it with work and family and your own animals. Yeah, it's a challenge, but you kind of have to just take that leap of faith and just believe that you'll be able to sort it out. And it will be rewarding and worth it. And then it all of a sudden is.
No, you can definitely understand that. And you know, I think a lot of people really do, you know, especially, you know, volunteers and people like yourself, you do get that sense of fulfillment, which I think obviously helps to drive the balancing act of doing what you're doing. And what you are doing is so important for the community. I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty sure at least 90% of the people that I know, and anybody I talk to anyway, has a rescue animal of some sort.
Yeah.
And I think that really is key to doing it. I know there's been some law changes in South Australia, which we won't get into because I'm not a lawyer. But, you know, on really helping with that adoption process, which I think is really cool. But how can we help as a community? What more can we do?
I think that it's just dependent on what your scenario is. If you can share something on your social media, if you can direct your friends and family towards rescuing an animal, that's just as helpful as being able to come and help at the kennels and feed the animals and give them the love that they are yearning for. It just depends on what level that you are available to help and, you know, committing to doing that, because Sahara is built from all levels, and that's why we have so many wonderful followers, because people understand that they could play a role in finding an animal's forever home, and they might not even know it. I know that, like, my foster kitten Fonzie, he had a meet this week, purely because a friend of a friend shared his post on Facebook, and his new parents found it and was like, yeah, we could give Fonzie a home. So, you know, something like that is a really cool story to be like, yeah, this is something that I can do that's so easy. It takes you 1 second to press the share and post button. And, you know, it found my little kitten a home. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that everyone in our community, especially in these tough times, can help. And, you know, this is the best time to adopt any kind of animal because we're all shut inside. So, you know, it gives that animal the perfect settle in time, because you get to know them so well and you're not distracted with work or other activities because everything's been cancelled or postponed. So you know, I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to help a lot of animals in this period, even though there's such a pandemic and a lot of panic in the community. I'm sure that we can actually bring a lot of joy.
Yeah, and I think that's key, and that's, you know, why I think doing this video at this point in time is so important as well. You know, it's because of what's going on in the community and all those sorts of things. I think it's key to remember of how people can help, and especially just like you said, hitting the share button on your social media page or whatever it is. It's such a simple act, but could lead to a life-changing, and it is a life-changing act, especially for that animal or whatever it is. You know, it is a life-changing act, and not just for the animal, of course, but for that person involved as well. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic that Costa gets to get involved. I did see the bow tie. I love the bow tie.
Yes, he's a very handsome little guy.
Well, look, what we'll do is we'll wrap the video up here now. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with people out there, or any last words of advice, I guess?
I think that I'm just really grateful, Dan, for you having this chat with me and are willing to promote this rescue that's so dear to my heart and all of our other volunteers' hearts. I think that probably volunteering and foster caring, it's quite a daunting thing to get pulled into, and I know that it's without having someone that you know that does it, it's very confusing as to how much you're committing to and if you're biting off more than you can chew. But I think that this has just been a really informative little chat, and you know, sorry, there's a truck. Sorry about that.
That's the joys of video meetings.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that this has been a great little chat, and we're so lucky to be able to have supporters that are willing to take the time to make a video about how everyone in our community can help. And although we're going through such a crisis at the moment, it's a really good reminder of how we are really community-based. South Australians are an awesome bunch of people that care about each other and our animals, and we should be really proud of what we're able to achieve together. And in this time of pandemic, it reminds us of how awesome a community that we're a part of.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, look, guys, thank you for watching the video today. We'll wrap it up there. We'll put all of Sahara's contact details in the description below, as well as on our social media pages, all of those sorts of things. But thank you so much for being here, guys. We're going to do more. Costa, a big thank you for your input today. Loving the bow tie again. Look, guys, thank you so much, and have a good day.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan.
See ya.
Bye.